Who are you? Who am I? That's the question I want to answer here as we launch this new YouTube channel. This is something I've thought about for a long time, and I finally made the decision to dig in and to start creating this. You see, somewhere along the way, I lost who I was. I lost my creativity. I lost my passion. Let's back up and answer that question. Who are you? Who am I? Who is Torin Hurley? Let's back up to the beginning. 20-something years ago, where I first discovered the world of video. In high school, I was originally in a program for architecture and engineering. Well, one of my other classmates and I, we finished all the engineering stuff within the first couple of years. And my teacher at the time was like, I've got no more curriculum for you guys. I've got this video editing software, this Final Cut, if you guys want to check that out. So he gave us a camera and we went out and started filming stuff around the high school. And this is where my passion for video was sparked. I still remember the first video I created. It was in After Effects. We went out and we were filming leaves just blowing around. And we put colors to it and we added music to it. And I still remember the song. It was a song by The Prodigy. And we just made this thing with text and different things. I wish I still had the video. And then from there, I got involved with my youth group at church. Started diving into the video stuff that they were doing because video was starting to become a big thing at this time. Once I graduated high school, I was on staff with the church and I started doing stuff with the young adults group and student ministries, and I started creating content, creative content. We were creating fun stuff to engage people, stuff to go with different messages and the different events when people would show up, and we were all this cool branding. And this was my first introduction really to branding and marketing as well. Then we go on, and video was my career. I worked at different churches and organizations throughout the years. I got burned out with video about 7 years ago. And then I found this place that had a different approach. It was a mortgage company that understood that video was essential and storytelling was key to building a brand and moving a brand forward. Let's actually tell stories of the lives we're changing, of the nonprofits we're helping, of the people we're putting into homes, of the loan officers that come to the company and find success that they didn't find anywhere else. And we were telling stories. We were creating such beautiful stuff and beautiful content. And my passion for video was sparked again. But then it died out. It died out over the past 7 years. That spark slowly went away. That fire slowly died inside of me. And a couple of years ago, a major life event happened that caused me to change, forced me to change. Now, if you want to know more about that life event, you can check out the link below. I have a podcast called Insights into a Soul where I dig into all that stuff, relationships and deep stuff like that. Well, this major change forced me to change the path that I was walking on in life. I didn't realize it until my separation and my divorce, and I started doing inventory of my life. I didn't realize, oh snap, I was losing my passion. And that's what takes us to the point we're at now. The past couple of years with COVID and the pandemic and social distancing and all that, I've had a lot of time to really reflect on myself and realize that I wasn't on a path that I wanted to be on. I lost my passion. I lost my fire for something that was so near and dear to me and that I was actively growing in and learning and doing. So Peter McKinnon's video, his end of the year video, I'll post the link below. I highly recommend you go watch it. If you're creative on any level, or if you're trying to decide what you want to do with your future, it's a great video to watch. Go watch it. This was a quote from Peter, and we'll just go ahead and read it so I don't mess it up. Remember the path that opened the door that you walk through, and stay in that, because that will lead you to the most happiness. Well, that's where I am. That's what happened to me. You see, those words spoke to me and made so much sense because I realized I was on a path that I was not intending to be on. I was on a path that I did not choose. I was on a path in which I was listening to outside influence and people were pushing me in directions and telling me, this is what you should do, this is what you should create, this is how you should create it. But I started to believe that I wasn't good enough. I started to believe that I couldn't be a creative anymore, that I was outdated, that I should just give up and move on. But with those words and with what's been going on the past few months, I've realized this unsettledness inside of me boiled up to a point at which I needed to make a change. So a few months ago, I quit my job of 7 years. I resigned. I took on a job with a local company here. In just a few months, this new company and this opportunity I have has already inspired me to want to become a better creator, to want to dig back in and find my creative voice, to evolve myself, to grow again, to get back into my motion graphics, to get back into my shooting and creative video and creative storytelling. I've found the path that I was meant to be on. I might have had to chop down some weeds to get there and some overgrown bushes, had to move some stuff out of the way, and I had to go through some stuff. And now here we are. So who am I? I'm Torin. I'm a content creator. I love telling stories. I love creating beautiful images. I love capturing the world around me. That's why I got into photography and video making, and that's why I'm back in it. I want to create again for me. I want to create again and let my creative voice speak and let it be heard. And I'm at this point where I have the flexibility and the time, but more importantly, the desire and the passion to push myself, to do things, to create stuff. We're diving in, we're going for it. I gotta stop. And here's the thing, here's the kicker. I gotta stop saying to myself, well, I'll start this when I get blank or when I can do blank. No, I just gotta start it now. I just gotta dig in now and make it happen, because if I keep waiting for the perfect opportunity and the perfect time, it's never going to happen. I'm gonna keep finding a reason or an excuse to push it off and to do it later, to do it later, to do it later. No more. That ends today. Today, we start fresh, we start new, kicking off this new year, building this YouTube channel, getting back to creating stuff, making cool stuff with cool people. I hope you guys join me on this journey. Thanks for checking this video out. I can't wait to see how this channel grows and how we grow together. So until next time, see you guys.